Hello and welcome to another Smurp video, and this time I will be looking at Beast Wars Predacons from Season 1. And first up we're going to look at Black Arachnia. And here she is. And this is, I think, the Takara Tamashi repaint. I think the original was way off track and more purple, etc. So this is really nice. I like the color scheme. Obviously, you know, it's just a repaint of oh my goodness, Tarantulas. Oh my goodness, I'm not doing this very well. And basically, yeah, so she's a repaint. I'm not going to say it again. And I like her. I like the paintwork. I think it works. And I was really glad that I got this figure. I got this figure, about 2 years ago. I got her for a decent price. I think I got her for 15 quid. And, you know, I know she goes for some silly prices. It still has the same head thing. So you can turn it around and you get that. Which is kind of like the beast mask thing that they had going on with these figures. So I'll just give you a bit of a close-up. Yeah, it's basically just Tarantulas' head. Damn you. You know, it's quite a nice little fit. You know, obviously the body's not very feminine. But, you know, I'm not saying it again. Okay, right, let's get on to her. Now, I like how well this weapon sits with her. And, you know, this is a great reminiscence of the kind of crossbow figure. I do get a bit irritated with the string. Maybe like string out of the butt. But hey ho, it is what it is. I'm going to get her transformed and show off her beast mode. So for this part of the review, I'm going to do something different. I have put this on my wardrobe and the butt string actually works and it's really, really cool. So, you know, here she is. I think she is absolutely a beautiful spider robot. And underneath, you know, there's not much kibble. Actually, it all fits in really nicely. And, you know, she can swing and do whatever you want with her. Swinging towards Silverbolt, I don't know, but yeah, really quick close up. It's really nice paintwork. I find with Takara there's always some really nice paintwork. The legs are pretty solid. They do move around, and obviously underneath just quite nice, straightforward. And there we go. There is Black Arachnia. Next up is Pterosaur, and out of this team, this is probably the weakest out of them all, mainly because of his size. You know, he was pterodactyl. He was a reasonably pretty deluxe size of what we get today, and this just kind of let him down. I understood why they did it. You know, they wanted to appeal to all markets, and you know, parents that have different, I guess, amounts of money, so you can get a cheap little, you know, transformer. And let's try and get, there we go. The head sculpt's not that bad. It's very hard to tell. No, it's just not. Oh, there we go. It's not perfect. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's got like a little mouth down there. It's hard to see in this light, so I do apologise. And I can't see it with taking the light off, so... he comes with this little cool gun, which I find is quite cool, and it flicks over. And I'm going to get him transformed. So here he is transformed. And for me, Pterosaur, I loved him in Season 1. And I was absolutely gutted that they killed him for... I don't understand why, and it was just... It just seemed a waste for what apparently were popular characters such as Waspinator, you know, who was more like comic relief. And this dude was like comic relief as well, but I liked his treacherousy in the show, and I wanted to see more of that, and, well, it was cut short. Imagine him as a Transmetal, or even better, you could see him conspiring, becoming a Transmetal too, and, you know, so many possibilities lost, and it's a shame. So there we have Pterosaur, little cute bot. He's really cool. I like his transformation. Very nice there. And here we have Inferno. Inferno is probably one of my favourites, actually, from being a Predacon. His loyalty and, you know, burn for the royalty. The figure is it's hard to like sometimes. His face is actually really nice. You can't really see his teeth. He's got little teeth in there, which is really nice. And you know, the mold is quite good, and it does what it needs to do. Except mine broke yesterday, so I'm a bit disappointed. And you know, you can see where this kind of plasticky red's really cool, and then it's just like a completely different kind of red, and well, it's, you know, it's kind of died over the years, I guess. So I do need to get a new Inferno, which I'm a bit disappointed as I show you this. He's sometimes very hard to stand, and he can be a pain in the butt. This bit comes out, and it's like a little gun that goes on his arm. I'll try and get that out in a sec. I'm going to be honest with you, it's like a miracle that I have got this gun on there. It's literally, you can see how broken that is. It's literally holding on by little pieces. So you can see where over the years the colour on the grey started to go. So pretty much that's Inferno. I'm going to show you his butt. You know, because he has a gimmick there, which is quite cool. I like these. I think these work pretty nice, which is kind of cool. There's his butt. It's kind of cool. I like that. You know, it's kind of cute. But it makes him very hard to stand. Very hard. When you open these bits, if you keep him to stand, you're like a god among men with doing that with Inferno. God among men. That's how I feel. This is probably actually the first time that this has stayed still. I really do not want to tempt fate. And you know, you can see he's kind of been blown to pieces by Primal there. But you know, this has some really nice detail. I like this. And you know, the grey, you know, there's some yellow there. I will find a new Inferno. And you know, I may give this to my kids so they can, you know, break him some more. But you know, he's a nice figure. I'm going to get him transformed. I'm sorry, we kind of went down a dark path with, you know, one arm here. So let's line things up with the transformation. Megatron, terrorize! I'm going to be honest with you. It's very tough to talk about this. You know, I think they did what they did. You know, it's got some nice paint apps. It's very hard to accomplish, I guess, an ant that transforms. So I think they did a nice job, and the fact that it's a kid's toy, you can't expect MP standards here with this. I think he's nice. I think he works. I probably would never put him into this mode at all. But, you know, you've got an ant, you've got a transformer. He works, just don't break the arm. Here we have Waspinator from the Generation line. What, I think 2 years ago, I think he came out. And this is the Hasbro version. There's a Takara version, which is the green's darker and the yellow is like gold. And I think they did a really good job. This is the Waspinator you wanted. The original was very disappointing, but you know, it was made in '96 for kids. What can you expect? So, you know, really nice. Fits nicely. I really hope we see more figures from season 1, especially of some of the Predacons. I mean, if you think about Scorponok, you know, Tarantulas, sometimes their face detail wasn't very nice, but this head sculpt is, oh, it's just absolutely amazing. And here is Waspinator transformed into his Wasp mode. And you know, once again, I think this figure actually turned out really nice, kind of like I felt Rhinox did. Rat Trap wasn't very good. He was fantastic as a robot, but this is a little bit more neater, a little bit more tidier. You know, there's not loads of kibble apart from hands, which they probably could find an easy solution in terms of how they managed that. They could have had it go inside here, but you know, it is what it is. And you know, I think it's nice. I believe he's in the IDW comics. I've not got that far yet. I wait for the big phase books, but you know, I kind of like the idea of, you know, Waspinator flying around, etc. Be quite cool. And there he is. Next up, Scorponok, and this was probably the hardest out of all of them to find, Scorponok. And this figure is absolutely amazing. I think I've only got one missile in there, and I think that's actually from a Prime. Don't quote me on that, Primal, sorry. The head sculpt, he's got two head sculpts, so he's got this. And for me, he's absolutely fantastic. And in there, I'm not going to take it out, but there's the little wasp thing that flies out and, you know, stings Primal, if I remember correctly. For me, Scorponok was like Soundwave. He was quiet unless he needed to be, and pretty much deadly when he had to be. Obviously, he doesn't have any cassettes. I was kind of gutted that he only lasted one season. That was, in my mind, a dreadful move. I was very disappointed. Same with Pterosaur. There's his other head. The other one underneath is more like, actually looks more show accurate. But yeah, you know, he was loyal. He followed Megatron, and he got burnt in a volcano. And if I can do it right, there we go. A little bit of skinny action. Now let's get this dude transformed off screen, because it'll take me like an hour. And there he is. And the transformation is actually pretty darn easy. Makes a change. I still like how these factor in. And this, once again, you got the whole little thing going on. It's a bit more of a sting there. Right, there we go. So yeah, they had some BotCon exclusives. They used this guy. You know, these things go for a lot of money, and I kind of thought, well, you know, why spend a fortune on it? I did think about actually doing his head sculpt again, but you know, I'm not that good at doing custom stuff. But yeah, I like this figure. I like his transformation, and if you can get him for a decent price, he's worth it. Next up is Tarantulas, and I'm saying that better. Been practicing all night. Cha-ching. And pretty simple. He's a different color to the Black Arachnia version. Straightforward. Quite nice. Got the same sort of gun. I think he's cool. I'm not going to spend ages on him. We had a look at that. So I'm going to transform him, show you that mold, and I'll probably be quite quick. The only thing that I was always gutted about the original is the paintwork on this, and I thought once again about painting him, but you know, if you mess it up, you got to go buy another figure, and you think, is it worth it? Perhaps not. But the 10th anniversary version, you know, if you want a bit of paint on there, that's the one to get. And there he is, all transformed. Quite straightforward. Looks really nice. You know, you can see what he is. He's a spider. Kibble folds in quite nicely. His head's well hidden, and you're not going to be looking at that. And you know, he's got like these little Tarantulas fangs, which is quite cool. And that is Tarantulas. I'm not going to spend ages on him. You know, there's plenty of solo reviews. Okay, moving on to the big daddy of them all. Yes, Megatron has arrived, and this one is crazier than the original. And that's one of his quirks, and I absolutely love Megatron. I actually love this mold. There was the 10th anniversary repaint of this guy, which is absolutely lovely. You know, I'm not willing to spend that kind of cash on a figure that, you know, I've already got. And I think he's quite nice. And, you know, with MP Optimus Primal coming out, you know, there's a big chance that we may get the big guy as well. You know, Cheetah's following up. You can imagine Tigertron's going to follow up. So, you know, hopefully a chance we're going to get this dude as well. But then saying that, we've been waiting for a Masterpiece Generation 1 Megatron the same size as Optimus Prime. So, you know, yeah, who knows. Right, so this dude, he comes with a little squirty gun in there. I'm never ever going to use it because I'm not a kid. Maybe that's my problem. It comes with these little firing things as well. There we go. Cool. Actually, it kind of looks like Tarantulas is one. No, it's a bit different. But hey ho, there we go. So this guy, so even though they didn't spend a lot of time in 1996 painting this dude, you know, he's got a nice head sculpt. I think that is Megatron as far as I'm concerned. The figure is quite solid. You know, he's got this little, oh, terrible gimmick where, you know, if he wants to hunt fish and stuff, the back's quite nice. You know, he's Tyrannosaurus Rex, you know, like Barney the T-Rex, you know, you're never going to get him completely without some sort of dinosaur kip on him. And that was his charm. He had a dinosaur hand, basically, and his other hand was in here. So, you know, he's awesome. I'm happy with him. I'm going to go transform him. See you in half an hour. And here is Barney, I mean Megatron. And what a lovely shade of purple he is. One thing that I don't like about these old figures, you don't see many Predacon signs. And that's a bit, kind of irritates me a little bit. Because I like Predacon signs. I like to see them in the place they are. But in terms of this plastic, this sculpt, it's actually really well detailed. You know, for the time when they probably didn't spend that much time detailing figures, I think he's very nice. And let's just finish it off by gathering them all together. And there we have it. Beast War Season 1 Predacons in all their beast mode glory. And I need to replace Inferno. But basically, in a nutshell, these figures are nice. The old ones, I hope we see some new stuff in the near future. But you know, these are classic, and providing they don't break, I think Inferno is probably the most fragile out of all of them. The others are quite sturdy, and they've kept well over the years. So I recommend these if you can get them from a reasonable price, but don't spend over the odds. You know, there's masterpieces, etc. So many Transformer products out there that are just amazing and worth more than perhaps a figure from 20 years ago. But yeah, definitely worth it. Thank you for watching, and take care.